Thank you for convening this. Thank you for all the other participants. Thank you in particular for my dear colleague, dear Siraj, for his starting comments. Uh, yeah, I will tell you some of my thoughts on the state of international engagement, but I want to root it in understanding what the Taliban are doing. I think one of the problems in dealing with Afghanistan is that uh, uh, Afghans have so often been outward looking rather than inward looking, and have sometimes spent too much time at considering what the internationals are going to do. And that has led to, on the one hand, a significant lack of Afghan agency, that they a sort of a willingness to surrender agency to international forces, or an expectation that Afghan agency is impossible. But it also means that Afghan forces that essentially understand this can be ahead of the others. And I think the Taliban have been spectacularly successful over the past few years at exploiting their international relations. I often said that it was deeply ironic that during the period of insurgency, as you know, with horror, we watched the growing strength of the Taliban, that they weren't just fighting an insurgency war with Kalashnikovs and IEDs. They were involved in a contest of public finance, and in some ways, the Taliban at that stage, their effort was led by this chap Gulaga Isakzai, that of course the Siraj will be very familiar with, who did a stint as Taliban's finance minister after takeover, is currently their mines minister. In many ways, that Gulaga led a more effective revenue raising exercise than the Republic, and that put the Taliban into a position where they were able to run the successful insurgency and exploit the desire of the Americans to get out quickly at the end. And so, in trying to understand this, what are the internationals up to, and what does it mean? Actually, we have to keep on looking at how the Taliban are using it. Currently, that Afghanistan has dropped down the priority list for almost all the elements of the international community are well aware of that. The very fact that we're still hearing from the Trump administration into their second year that expect an Afghan policy from us. That in itself is a statement that they haven't yet adopted an Afghanistan policy.